Hello, my name is Shannon. Thank you for joining me for today's practice where we will be doing a moon salutations or chandranamaskar. Chandra means moon in Sanskrit and namaskar means to bow or pay homage to. So this is a great practice to do for a full moon or even a new moon or any time you want to pay some reverence to the beautiful moon in the sky that can help illuminate things that may be hidden in the shadows or in our subconscious and help us to integrate things and move forward on our path. So I have 2 blocks here. If you like to use blocks for triangle pose, you do not need to have the blocks, but you can put them there if you like to use them. So we're going to place our hands on our knees, shutting our eyes, feeling ourselves grounding down here as we relax our bodies and tune into our breath. And let's take one deep grounding breath, inhaling in through our nose and gently sighing it out. On the next inhale, we're going to raise our arms up, looking up, and then slowly exhaling down as we tuck our chin. Let's do this a few times, reaching out of our waist as our arms come up, and then gently tucking our chin as they come down, warming up our shoulders and our neck. Now this next time our arms come up, let's place our palms together, bringing them down to heart center. Taking a moment here to give ourselves gratitude for showing up today to practice. And then we'll place our hands back on our knees. We're going to go into some seated cat-cows. So as we inhale, we'll look up, bringing our body forward. Exhaling, we'll tuck our chin and round back. So following your breath here, and noticing how your spine is feeling. As you round back, you can tuck in your belly. And then we'll move into some Sufi circles where we're bringing our body around our spine. You can move your head around and bend your elbows as much as you'd like. And we'll switch directions. This is such a good way to loosen up our spine. It's great for the morning time or even at night before you go to bed to work out any tension. And then the next time we come up, we're going to straighten our right leg to the side with the inside of our foot on the mat. Your knee is off the mat. We'll come down on our left forearm as we reach our right arm up and over, pressing our right heel away. So we're getting this length on the right side. You can turn your head towards the mat, relaxing your neck. And then we'll bend that right knee, placing the leg all the way on the mat as we drop our right arm, walking to the left, getting a little rotation. Maybe you look back with your neck. You can have a bend in your elbows as your hands gently push into the mat. And slowly release. Let's go to the other side. So straightening that left leg with the inside of the foot on the mat, right forearm is down. Inhaling our left arm up and over. Once again, you can look down and press your left heel away, feeling this length. And then let's bend that left knee, dropping the leg and the left arm so we can turn to the right, relaxing our legs as we go into this twist. And release. We're going to transition on our knees with our knees over our hips, coming down on our forearms. Let's move just a little bit forwards and backwards. And then we'll pause, straightening our left leg, pressing our heel back, feeling a stretch in our calf. And then we'll gently lift that leg up, pressing our heel away still. As we reach our right arm forward, palm is facing in, pausing here. And release. Let's straighten the right leg, pressing our heel back. And then we'll gently lift that leg up, engaging our entire leg as we raise our left arm up, reaching our fingers away. And release. We're going to tuck our toes, raising our bottom up, reaching our chest towards our thighs as we press our heels back. Your heels probably will not touch the mat. And let's lift our heels up and down. And then press them down again. And we're going to tap our knees on the mat as we engage our core muscles. And then the next time your knees come down, let's bring our toes together, walk our knees out so we can come back into a child's pose. Forehead is on the mat, completely relaxing, sending your awareness to your heartbeat. Now we're going to come up, tucking our toes and walking our feet forward, keeping them about shoulder length distance so we can go into a dangling pose. So grabbing your forearms or your elbows, letting your head and your body hang heavy. Maybe you want to find a little bit of movement, right and left. And then with a bend in our knees, let's slowly roll all the way up, reaching up, maybe looking back, and then dropping our hands down with palms facing forward into Tadasana or mountain pose. So your eyes can be closed, reaching the crown of our head up as our shoulders are pulling down. Chest is slightly forward. Now let's turn towards the long edge of the mat so we can start our chandranamaskar. So let's bring our feet together. We're going to inhale our arms up, clasping our fingers with our index fingers pointing out. Let's reach up and out of our waist as we bend to the right, pressing our hips to the left. The weight is in our heels. Inhale up, exhaling to the left. We're keeping our body in one line, like we're in between two panes of glass. So don't let your right shoulder come forward and round forward. Inhaling up. Let's step our left foot to the side with our toes out and our heels in. Thumb and index fingers touching as we come down into goddess pose. You can shut your eyes. And then we'll straighten our arms and our legs, taking our right foot so it's parallel to the back of the mat, so we can lean forward and come down into triangle pose. This is where you might want to use your block, or you can have your hand on your mat or on the leg. Gauging our leg muscles as we reach our arm up. You can look down if you'd like. Now let's windmill that right arm to frame our foot so we can pick up our back heel and bring it foot a little bit closer as we fold forward into pyramid pose. So we're bringing our left hip crease back as we round down. Now let's get our weight in our front leg so we can drop the back knee down. Top of the foot is on the mat, so we can rise up into this low crescent lunge. Fingers are reaching up. Now let's sweep our arms down and behind us, clasping our fingers. Maybe you want to lift your arms up. Maybe you want to look up, opening up your chest. You can shut your eyes if you'd like to work your balance a little bit. And then slowly release, bringing our hands to the inside of our left foot so we can turn and go into a side lunge or skandasana. You can have your fingers on the mat, or you can raise your hands to heart center. And once again, if you want to work your balance a little, you can shut your eyes. And then we'll slowly walk to the right to go into skandasana on the right. Let's turn towards our right foot so we can go back into that crescent lunge. So back knee is down, feet are about shoulder, hip width distance apart as we reach our arms up. And then let's sweep our hands back, clasping our fingers, squeezing our shoulder blades together, maybe lifting your hands up. Maybe looking up, opening up your throat in the front of your shoulders. Now let's slowly drop our hands down so we can bring our back foot forward with our toes pointing out, coming into that pyramid pose as we round down. Now let's bring the back foot so it's parallel to the back of the mat. Your right hand can be on the mat or on the block as you open up into triangle pose. Now gather your strength and your balance as you slowly come up. We're going to go into that goddess pose again. Thumb and index finger touching, bending our knees, toes are out, heels are in. And then we'll step our right foot to the left, arms overhead with our fingers clasped. Let's bend to the right. Inhale up, bend to the left. Inhale up, and then slowly bring our palms down with our hands facing forward into Tadasana. Now we're going to do that one more time, going the other way. So let's bring our feet together, inhaling our arms up, clasping our fingers with our index fingers out, reaching up and out of our waist as we bend our body to the left, hips going right. Inhale up, exhale to the right. Inhale up, let's step to the right, goddess pose. Inhale, straightening our legs, turning towards the right, triangle pose. Bringing that left arm down, facing our right leg, pyramid pose. Drop that back knee, low crescent lunge. Sweep our arms back, clasping our fingers, looking up. Skandasana. To the right. Skandasana to the left. Low crescent lunge, turning to the left. Sweeping our arms down and back, clasping our fingers, reaching our hands up, opening up the front of our chest. Let's frame our front foot so we can bring our back foot closer, coming down into pyramid pose. And we'll step the right foot back, going into triangle. Up into goddess pose one last time. Maybe this time you can lift your toes up. And then with control, we'll step to the right, arms overhead, clasping our fingers, index fingers out. Let's bend to the right, reaching out of our waist, pulling our left shoulder back. Inhaling up, exhaling to the left. Inhaling up, arms down, palms facing forward. Step our feet apart and take 3 breaths here. Now let's bend our knees, coming down to our mats so we can come all the way on our backs. We're going to place our feet together, letting our knees fall out. Your hands can be on your thighs, or you can rest them on the mat for this reclined butterfly pose. Now you can help your knees up. We're going to raise our legs up can have your hands on the back of your thighs. We're going to pause here for a moment, relaxing our feet. And you can stay just like this, or if you'd like, you can come into shoulder stand, where you raise your bottom up, resting your pelvis on your hands. Weight is through your arms, relaxing your legs. And if you'd like, you can slowly bring your feet overhead, going into plow pose. Palms are facing down on the mat. If your toes touch, you can reach your heels back. You should have no pain in your neck. Maybe pressing your hands into the mat. And then very slowly, one vertebra at a time, we're going to roll our spine down. And let's give ourselves a little hug, pulling our knees to our chest, reaching our tailbone down as we tuck our chin, flattening our back. And then very slowly, let's straighten one leg at a time, letting our toes fall out, palms facing up. We'll spend just about a minute here in Shavasana. Final relaxation pose. Start to wiggle our fingers and our toes, bending one knee at a time. You can turn on your side, pausing for a breath, and then slowly pushing your way back up to an easy seated pose. Let's place our hands at heart center, bowing our heads. Once again, giving ourselves gratitude for showing up today to practice and come home to ourselves. The light in me honors the light in you, and together here now and always, we are one. Namaste. I hope you enjoyed this practice. I would love it if you let me know in the comments how you're feeling. And please subscribe to the channel so we can practice together again soon. And if you enjoyed this practice, I would appreciate it if you gave it a like. Have a beautiful day.